Hello everyone, this is Wandering Tati. Let me take you to the cutest parade you will see today. We are located at the entrance of Biopark Valencia, and this is the 22nd annual parade by the Foundation AUPA. Every year they present dogs that have been abandoned by their previous owners in order to promote adoption.
Look at this distinguished gentleman. Look at the way he is sitting. Yes, very distinguished.
This year we got to see 27 adorable dogs, hear some of their sad stories, and luckily see many of them find their forever home. During the parade, I will report back to you the description the presenter gave about each of the dogs. Without further ado, allow me to show you the protagonists of this video now. First we have Newton. They say about him that he is all virtues. He's ideal for living in an apartment, which is important because not all of them are. He is sociable, cheerful, optimistic, and affectionate. Next we have Mostaza, who wasn't socialized or taught to behave with other humans and puppies. The advice from the foundation is for her to have a class with a canine instructor. Then we have Rambo. He's docile, obedient, a bit independent, very sociable and trusty with people, but has to be cautiously introduced to another dog. After that we have Kina. She's intelligent and protective. She actually leads a very bad life at the shelter, so she would need a family with urgency. I'm sure that, much like me, you will be pleased to read that she was asked for in adoption. Choco prefers females to males. He likes being around people and being pet. He may get upset when there's some confusion and would need a lot of love and patience. Next we have Perla. She lived in an apartment and was really pampered until they got tired of her and abandoned her on the street last year. She was crying for days and refused to eat when she entered the shelter. But little by little she began to trust people again and make friends with other dogs, and she is now ready to go live with a family. Next we have Eros. This god of love was abandoned next to a farm fence and was found lying on his blanket. He's very sociable with both humans and dogs. Tostada can be a bit dominant, but with her chosen ones, she is affectionate, outgoing, and playful. She can be stubborn and disobedient and has a strong personality. Next we have Trufa, who was abandoned after teaching him the sit down and lie down orders. He is a smart dog, but he needs to learn to walk without pulling the leash. He has a cheerful, active and cuddly character, but is distrustful of large dogs. He is named after his truffled nose. Our next Podenco is Kiara. She's very attentive, cheerful, submissive with other dogs, loves to play, seeks pampering, and is insecure. At first, she can be a bit distrustful. You have to be patient. AUPA volunteers have done a lot to get her back on her feet, regarding her mental state more than anything. Now we have Curro. He's adorable, wants to play all day long, he's cheerful, asks for pampering, he's sociable and curious. He was just a little bit nervous at the parade. Next one is Rosalia. She likes children, she is very affectionate and obedient. They did mention that she is very playful, so she is constantly breaking things. She loves discovering new things and she's full of energy. Next we have Max. As we can see, he does mark his territory with other dogs. He hasn't had a good life so far, but he is nonetheless cheerful, attentive, affectionate, and when he wants something, he barks to let you know. Afterwards, we have Isis. She spent over 2 months living and begging in the streets of a small town without anyone being able to get close to her. When she got to Aupa, she was plagued with ticks and in heat, terrified and thinking about nothing more than how to escape. She is curious and likes to cuddle, but doesn't quite trust people. She needs an active but patient family with a lot of empathy and experience with dogs. It would be better for her if she had the company of another puppy. Next we have Poldo. He has been living in a cage his whole life. He's a good, balanced, affectionate and cheerful dog. He doesn't have a good time when there are conflicts, as he wants to defend the weakest and usually ends up being beaten. Then we have Grace. She arrived to the shelter in a very bad state, full of ticks, in heat, full of fears and insecurities that she soon left behind, to become the friendly, affectionate and joyful dog she is today. Afterwards we have Aruba. She is submissive, indecisive, affectionate and cheerful. She needs a family who can provide a lot of love and patience. They will have to teach her everything as if she were a baby. Next we have Milka. She is smiley, gossipy and curious. She shakes her head when you talk to her and is always making funny expressions. Then we have Luna. She was sleeping, but they woke her up for the parade. She spends most of the time playing with her friends. She's been hurt a lot. She is missing 2 toes from a front leg. But she's very sweet, trusting and respectful. Afterwards we have Turka. She's affectionate, outgoing, attentive, observant, likes to play, and she is happy and very active. Afterwards we have Fiona, who has a peculiar story. She lived with squatters who abandoned her and 2 other dogs when they left the property that they were occupying, for which they used them as guards. She is adorable, affectionate, submissive, but she can be a bit dominant with other females. Next we have Hulk, who has plenty of character and is very protective. He immediately becomes friends with everyone. He is sweet, noble, friendly and affectionate. Next we have Nicole. She came to the shelter with an entropion problem that caused her a lot of pain and discomfort. The day after the surgery, as she was no longer in pain, she changed completely, and now she is affectionate, has a lot of energy, likes to be in company of others, and is curious and intelligent. Next we have Lucio, who comes in on 2 legs to steal the show. He's obedient, sociable, affectionate, likes to play and discover new things, but he is not compatible with cats. Afterwards we have Leska. She has lived in an apartment, she's educated, walks well on a leash, responds to some orders, she's sociable, cheerful, affectionate, sometimes even a bit heavy with how affectionate she is. The lack of hair on her back is due to a poorly cured infection, but she is now really healthy. Then we have Dante. He was abandoned in very poor conditions, with many wounds and hairless areas. He had an untreated disease due to which he has lost vision in his left eye, but that doesn't prevent him from having a normal life. At the organization, they mentioned that he is a perfect dog. Next we have Isaac, who's loving, obedient, likes to give kisses and friendly bites. He's good at learning and he gets along well with all dogs. And that was the last doggo of the parade. Hopefully, if you take something from this video, is that adopting a dog is a wonderful act of love that will give you immeasurable happiness, but it should always be considered carefully, as it is a huge responsibility that should be for life. Once a dog enters your home, it will become part of your family, and you should be willing to take care of them for the rest of their lives. I really hope you liked watching the parade and knowing about all these lovable doggos, and even consider adopting an abandoned dog in the future. Please let me know in the comments, which one was your favorite? Would you like to adopt a dog? If you've already adopted one, I would love to hear all about it. So that is all for my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Until next time!